Blame it all on the
I want to know, have you ever seen the smoke? My joke.
All right. All right. So you know the drill. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And we are going to hit share. There. That was easy.
That was easy.
That was easy. I found it. It was right at the top.
Guys? Yep. It might be a little bit slow today because of all the smoke.
It's okay. Sweetheart. We always just like
Maybe
having-
people are safely at home,
Yeah.
in their homes,
we just
afraid to leave.
are fine. Everything's fine. Whoa.
What is it?
A sci-fi. I get all the sci-fi.
Yeah.
Okay, so I shared it on Facebook. So if you could
Did you
do
share
us-
the right one?
Yeah.
How do you know? Because it said 9 o'clock?
No, because it said auction 583. Okay, so yeah. So the art making, and then auction. That's not this week.
Please stop.
Okay.
I'm trying to unpin.
So, Felix, you don't have any pieces to sell?
Oh no.
You're doing your own thing. Felix is in felting mode, which is epic. Epic for all involved. So, welcome. We are going to begin the art auction. It is auction 583, and just are really blessed. We have lots of really beautiful pieces up from Rich Teru today. I've been keeping these pieces. They're pieces of paintings of Rich, Oliver, and Felix. And so the walls are adorned with some really good masculine energy. And then Felix picked the man out of the wheel
I didn't
today.
pick it.
Well, it picked you. And so you even shuffled the deck very well, and that came up. So so that was our night tonight. And Rich did a really beautiful painting too. So we're gonna start the auction, and we appreciate if you hit share on the different spaces. So there's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube that everyone is able to catch it from.
Please share it.
So please share, and the more people that can see the artwork, the better. I'm making a mess of everything. All right. Oh my gosh, fun. Okay.
Don't poke the bear, I'm saying.
So, to start.
Are you pushing at me?
No.
No, I'm Jesse. Who's pushing my bum?
Not me.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's you.
So, first, Theo has been hugely supportive of us. He often donates his sales, and in recent days, he's been in the hospital. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of him and that he is okay. He might be getting home tonight, but I wanted to make sure, I don't know, that we just send good energy to him. So I want to start with him, and then we'll keep them open for a little bit so people can bid on them, but we'll donate all of our sales from these ones to Theo. So this one is called 6 Trees and 3 Tuxedo Bunnies and Falling Sky. And this one is opening at $50. It's on very beautiful watercolor paper. And the I really like when he plays with the idea of the matte, the gloss, the watercolor, the inks, and then the line work is really
Is this shared to the
very beautiful.
Instagram?
Yes, as well. Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? So this is opening $50. Those cute little
And
bunny
if they want
butts.
a bid from home, they can
Text.
text 403-629-7424. 403-629-7424.
And this is the next one that I wanted to show by Theo. Hello, come on in. Little bunnies, little bunny butts, tuxedo bunnies. Yeah, pull up chairs. Feel free to move stuff around. So this is also by Theo. This is called Two Snuggling Tuxedo Bunnies Observe Two Christoph Clouds. However, the clouds have not sucked the color from the sky. What is happening? So these are very contemporary pieces by Theo from June. So again, this one I really love. Look at the sky is a very luscious.
All of it's shiny.
Yeah, really luscious gloss. Almost maybe like acrylic or a really gloss ink. Yeah, he really just plays with the finishes really beautifully. So this one is $30 opening bid. And you can text 403-629-7424 if you'd like to bid. Put your name and what piece you're bidding on. That always helps. I'll ask you if you don't remember. That's okay.
403-629-7424.
Hello, Scott and Kelly and Dusty. Very nice to see you.
Just leave it, buddy.
So, first, after that, second, well, it's like third, but like second artist. We're talking about Rich Teru next up. This is by Rich Teru, and we took a trip to Valley Village finding really funky vintage frames. So this one has an opening bid of $20.
Actually,
I should get the book so I can write
you
stuff
took
down.
a bid for $20.
It's,
Is
yeah,
that correct?
yeah, it's at $20.
Because I would have started the bid at $10.
It's at $20.
And do you know what the theme to this painting was? Because people keep asking.
What is the theme?
Disco.
Disco.
That's it. That's all it is. Disco.
I like that everyone will see different things. My mom was saying, is that Destiny's Child? Is
Well,
that the Supremes?
We were watching
that-
a movie about brothers that were cops and villains in the 80s, and I was inspired by the disco motif, and so it's just a painting inspired by disco.
I love that.
There's something weird. When you said brothers, I assumed there was 3 brothers.
$30 on Theo's second piece.
Oh, who is that
By
too?
who?
Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Sorry, what were you saying, Felix?
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's okay. Take your time.
The brothers that they
Oh, yeah.
think
And you said there was you were watching a movie about cops and
Brothers.
brothers.
Yeah.
I assume there were 3 brothers because of the painting.
No, there's actually 2 brothers. And I'm not going to get
But
into the
wouldn't it be a
details.
cop and a villain?
No, well, we'll talk about it later. But the motif was disco, and I was just thinking about disco, and then sort of half split between just literally Googling. Do you have a question? Are you sure?
Oh, no.
Because you don't have to raise your hand here.
My-
Jess and I are both teachers, and you're like this, and I'm like, just be back in 2 minutes, okay? Hey, little known fact. It's forbidden in my classroom to ask to go to the bathroom.
They just go.
They, what I need from them is to say how long they'll be. So my rule expectation is if you have to go to the bathroom, please don't tell me you're pinching a loaf or that you need to go to the bathroom. Please just say, I'll be back in 2 minutes. If you need 4 minutes, you can say, I'll be back in 4 minutes. If you're going anywhere but the bathroom, tell me where you're going. So if I'm going to my locker, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm cool with that. Is that how you do it?
Good autonomy. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, ironically,
It's different for everyone.
because I have this conversation with the kids all the time, and I actually have to tell them, like, this doesn't go for all your teachers because some of the teachers want to be asked. But I say, ironically, in this classroom where I insist on body autonomy, where the kids decide when they need to go to the washroom, for some crazy reason, my wife asks me to go to the bathroom all the time.
No, I have to clarify every time. It's like, is this a good time or are we leaving right
but we're in
now?
public. She goes, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And I'm just like, anybody in the says she's allowed to go whenever she needs to. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. And then,
You
Okay,
also have to
can
do
I show
that
the piece of
whenever
work now?
we're in a
Thank you.
restaurant that
Okay.
you're not control-free.
it's
Okay,
because I'm
we're
deaf and
talking-
she orders my food for me. That's another story.
This is by Georgia. And Georgia is a wild
She
woman.
definitely
Georgia! Georgia.
Eye of the Storm. Opening bid is $20. And if you know Georgia, you've seen her work. I like her. She's like, this is not how I usually work. But I
But
love
Georgia, I love it when you cut loose like this. I love
I-
it so much.
I love it
I'll take
too.
20.
20 to Lena.
It's funny.
Yeah, I really love this. It's so good.
I like the eye. Every time you move it, the shadow moves and it looks
Yeah.
like the eyeballs looking around.
So
That's
good.
like the Jim Henson effect.
It'll like hang on the wall and you'll see it as you
That
walk
eyeball
around.
will
Yeah.
follow you.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everybody's gonna be on their toes in my house now.
Do you
so
know
we
about the
watch.
Henson Triangle?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, did you tell them about the Henson?
No.
Did you
I
explain it
didn't
to
tell
them?
them about it. I just said.
It's named after Jim Henson. Jim Henson invented it. With his puppets, he would take both eyes and point the direction of the eyes at the end of the nose.
Do we do
And that way,
with our-
depending, yeah, we do. I cheat with my puppet stuff. Well, except for mine, his eyes pointed out at the wall, but that's
Yeah.
that's because it's a puppet of me, and that's how my eyes look. The Jim Henson and it works with paintings and it works with puppets. That you point both
I love
eyes
his
slightly in
comment
at the
like
nose, and then no matter where you are in the room, it looks like the eyes are following you, and
So
that's
if
how.
I do the two eyeballs on the next one, I better do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do we need to say that these are actually medical eyeballs? That
They're glass.
yeah,
like
just in
glass.
case you're superstitious or whatever. Like,
That's okay.
I have a frog, and I
have,
took
like,
it home
lots
'cause-
of bones in my house. It's okay.
yeah, we do too. But I keep the real bones in the living room and the cast bones in the bedroom. So like, we have this real rabbit that we ordered from the States, and it's like
Yeah.
it's rabbit bones, and it's in a protective case.
You should
But-
say rabbit bones because if it was like bad taxidermy rabbit like that, it would be extra funny.
When we shut the gallery down, that's what I want to put my energy into is collecting bad taxidermy.
I like the
Like you being
Frankenstein
in
ones
that
with like
place
the
with
antlers.
the-
A jackalope, yeah.
I want one.
The what?
With the animals.
Gophers?
With the animals.
The Gopher Museum?
Yeah, it's a museum. with
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah,
You've
no, I
been
haven't
there?
been there, but I do want
I
to start
have.
collecting bad taxidermy.
It's good.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, growth mindset.
So can I tell you something?
Sure.
I don't
Completely
think
off. Is Leanne on? Because you told me the other day Leanne wants me to shorten my stories.
I didn't say it like that. I said sometimes it's like,
Just
Tell
get to the
Rich to
artwork. Okay, but listen. This is one of those stories. Are you there?
Leanne, are you there?
Wait. So Elijah helped me open the first place, the Gorilla House. And I remember two things happened. One, I had this massive, overwhelming, beautiful day on our second Rumble, July 2012. This week. This story is 12 years to the day of this day old. It was the day after, so tomorrow morning, the day after our second Rumble. And I was so incredibly joyful all morning. And I walked into the gallery, which was a sacred place. Like I remember, I don't believe in ghosts, but I feel them all the time. And I remember going into the gallery thinking, that's weird, because I took over this place because it had a good sense. And today, it just feels bad. And I felt like I can't go in the back end of the gallery because the devil's in the back. Now I don't believe in the devil, and I'm not religious or superstitious in that way, but I was absolutely convinced the devil was in the back room. And I sat on the couch and I cried and I wept and I fell asleep. And then Elijah comes in and he's all acting sketchy and like, dude, like, what's up? And he's like, did you see the devil? And like, can you imagine spending all morning terrified, petrified, like the devil's in the back of the gallery? And then he walks in, he's like,
Did you see?
no, it wasn't like that. He was like, oh, did you go in the back? I'm like, no, but I will tell you, I've been avoiding the back. He's like, did you see the devil? And I was like, what the hell? Like, it was such a weird thing for him to say when it was tormenting me all morning. So he's like, you better come with me. He goes, don't worry, I'll get rid of it. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Don't worry.
He takes me into the back, and he bought. This was before bad taxidermy was a thing, by the way. He bought the most messed up taxidermy goat head I'd ever seen in my life. And when I opened the door, though I don't believe in the devil, there he stood. 1000%. And like, I'm scared at first. I'm even more scared when he comments on me. Also, he's there. I thought it was gonna like this. I thought it was gonna like, we're gonna have to move out of here, and I don't know why, but I think there's something wrong in the back room. That's what I'm trying to set up. His answer is, "Oh, did you see the devil?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And I'm like, "What?" And then we go in the back, and there it is, standing there looking at me. And it was the most tangibly evil thing I ever experienced in my life. It's like, "Yeah, man, that's got to go." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." He took it, and I was just so shocked that I didn't have to explain to him. But he bought it. He bought it because it was evil, right? Like he was going through a thing, and he was like,
I immediately regret that decision.
"No, he just regretted it." He was apologizing for bringing it to the gallery,
Yeah,
and all that entails.
right.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny though.
That's a good story.
I'm gonna ask him if he has a picture of the devil goat.
Where's the goat now?
God knows, hell, maybe in the 9th level where it belongs.
9th level? There's 9 hell levels?
I'll read you Dante's Inferno. Okay. This
Tonight? Can we read that tonight?
not all tonight.
Do we have a copy?
Yes, we
Can
have
we start
multiple
it tonight?
copies. Yeah, we
Can
can
that be a
start it.
thing this summer?
It's a nice journey.
Kelly's smiling.
It's a nice
Kelly likes my stories.
journey story.
Who doesn't like your stories?
Who doesn't like your story?
Trust me, lots.
Haters.
Haters.
No, but
great.
listen, 1000%. I'm really just stalling so we can get some bids. And there's so many funny things that we do here that I don't like. It's all theater, right?
It is,
There was one
We're all
time
part of
Jessie
it.
cried that wasn't theater, and we still haven't recovered.
but it was still very
She was
theatrical.
having a bad day. I was being a goof. I realized it was time to stop being a goof, and at the split second that I stopped being a goof, everybody else jumped in, and then she went back and cried. So like, what was the gag? There was like, I was either turning the music on or
Oh yeah, you were saying as soon as I'd start to talk, you would talk.
I was cutting her off. That was the gag. Like 403-16. This had been funny for like 3 years straight, but tonight was not the night for this joke. So she starts to talk and go 403-629-7424. And then I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that one more time. Like, maybe one more time. Like, nah, I know the limit. I'm gonna stop. So I stop. The moment I stop, everybody in the room starts doing it. And I was like, no. And it's hard to be the guy that started the problem and then try and be the guy to stop the problem.
That's me all the time in
So,
the
like, I
classroom.
stopped,
I'll start a joke and
10
then be like,
people
I
jumped-
did this.
10 people jumped in on that joke. You ran into the back crying. All 10 people.
You're like,
immediately-
now I'll have to start the live feed over again. and I was
and
like,
delete the evidence and find 15 new friends to replace the ones I just lost.
Ah. But we love it. We love the theater.
You do. I'm the bad guy.
No, but you're
You're the
still
good
he-
guy.
you're still
Do you know
here
what
every
happens in
week.
wrestling? The nicest guys play the bad guys, and the jerks play the good guys. Just know this about any wrestling match you've ever seen. If he seems like a nice guy, he's actually a jerk.
There you go.
If he seems like the bad guy, and also Abbott and Costello, the dumb guy is always the smartest of the two comedians.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, no.
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad guy. And everybody that Hulk Hogan fought was like the nicest guy on the planet.
Okay, but Undertaker endorsed the Trump party. So
Oh, that's
how does that work?
How do you know though? Like, how do you know that's not just part of the act? It's like Andy Kaufman.
So many layers.
If I was a wrestler
Where
and
does
I
it
wanted to be a
end?
bad guy, I'd do that. I'd become a Republican for sure. Republican guy. I'd buy those gold shoes and to get the sunglasses and the hat. That's waiting to happen actually. Like next week, somebody's going to come up with this idea. Somebody watching this line will be that. Well, that's beautiful. Where'd you get that?
Wait, are you still acting or did you ask me? This is by Sandra Heavens. It is heavenly. This is wet felting. So Felix has been just ravenously doing the needle felting. And he's working on an owl right now. So cute little flappy flaps.
His
And-
wings don't flappy anymore.
It's okay. It's super cute. Super cute. But this is wet felted. So
Hello again. When you get a chance, can you check show me the watercolor paintings and powder graphite drawings. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I'm not sure what this says. It's hard to read on my watch.
I will. I'll,
Do you
I'll
know what
get
we're
on-
talking about?
Nope.
Are there some powder
I
graphite
will-
drawings that we showed
I
tonight?
will figure it out.
Are you on the right feed? It happens.
Are you on there? Okay. The opening for Sandra's Beautiful wet felting is $20.
Wet felting?
Yes. It's what. So do you know how to do wet felting?
Yeah,
You lay it out, and she did this beautiful
like paper making.
scene
Yeah.
of flowers,
Yeah.
and then you have a towel, and then you have soap and water, and you lay all the wool down how you like,
Mhm.
and it's very simple. Like I'm simplifying it, and then you like agitate it until it all knots together.
Here's something I wonder.
It's very
This looks like it's needle felted too.
So
It's very
many
beautiful.
like flight terms like cockpit could be perceived as sexualized, right?
Yes.
Right. But nobody ever giggles when they're like, "Hey, we're going in the cockpit." It's just taken for granted that that's actually just what it's called, right?
Yeah.
In my art class, everything that I say that revolves like the term "wet" is so difficult for me to use
I know.
in my art class because you realize where the kids are with their TV watching when they
I
start
know.
giggling at like certain words.
I
Like
know.
that's not a dirty word until you giggle, and now I feel uncomfortable.
I know.
yeah.
Like wet on wet technique in water.
Just make sure you get it really wet, and all of a sudden half the class starts giggling. Like we're going to talk about TV ratings right now.
yeah.
TV rating.
You guys are old enough. What?
I don't think it's the TV.
I'll put 20 on
No,
the web
so
felting
it's that
scale.
other people tell
20,
them.
25 actually.
Tanya is asking a question.
Yeah.
Tiana. Hi, Tiana. I like
Dad.
Tanya too. That's an easy way to say it. What?
Nobody knows
Really nice.
Oh,
what any of those words mean. They just know they're weird.
Come give me a hug. You're so sweet and innocent, and just stay that way forever, okay? Oh, listen, world. If you're mean to this kid, I'll kill your face off. The sweetest, kindest.
So these are Tiana's graphite.
Oh, here we go. Like, first of all, if you could just move out of the camera. Thanks.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
So
Do you
opening.
know what I like most about Tupac?
What?
His mom.
That is
I don't
nice.
dislike Tupac. I like Tupac enough. I like Tupac's poetry. I like that Tupac was a poet.
Yeah.
What I really like about Tupac is his mom, which is weird because you heard about Tupac and his mom in his music. But then it was like his mom was famous. But she kind of became more famous after Tupac became famous, even though she was famous in the 60s. Do you guys know what Tupac's mom was famous for? Because I had read about her. I went through a phase where I was very interested in the Black Panthers and the Black Panther movement.
Yeah.
And actually, we had already gotten on our trail here, but so much of what we intuitively leapt into was what made the Black Panthers work. And there's really three big movements of the Black Panthers. The first one was the loophole. And I shouldn't be speaking about this as an expert because I wasn't there, but it was just something I was super interested in. The first one was a loophole where to keep the cops safe downtown, like I want to say Oakland or Detroit, I can't remember exactly where it started. There was a law that said you couldn't stand within 12 feet of a cop with a weapon while they're doing their job. That was like a safety precaution. They saw that loophole as long as they're 12 feet back, they could surround the cops with shotguns and keep their neighborhood safe, which was pretty darn smart.
Mhm.
But of course, as soon as you leap onto an opportunity like that, then the law was changed. The second wave of the Black Panthers really was by providing food and shelter and daycare and learning for the kids so they could really empower the kids with knowledge and start to build a better world. And then the third one was just insanely awesome, is the Black Panther movement was starting to fall apart. They had enough people in America that if they all moved to Oakland, they could vote for their Black Panther member
Representative. Yeah.
to be the mayor. So imagine picking a city and moving all the gingers into that city and then voting for somebody with red hair and starting your own nation of red-haired people. Like it was just like they took the stretch of the Black Panther Party
What's the Black Panther?
It's just a cool. Well, it's just a cool thing that I really thought was interesting.
We'll talk more about that.
But they're
There's lots of topics to talk about. Dante's Inferno and the Black Panthers.
their problem-solving skills were
It's a pretty
I think,
good weekend.
quite parallel to movements that we went through.
Yeah.
And in that sense, a
Well,
lot of
which
senses,
middle more like?
I was very much. What?
So now, Sean, yeah, you too. Take care.
See you.
Clarify.
Did you know that we made T-shirts? See, I'm only going to do this twice tonight. The third time there'll be tears and everyone will hate me again.
Can I?
But did
We
you know
got
we-
bids, and then can I talk about that more?
Sure. So this is my July T-shirt that I waited till the end of July to print because it's special as the crab, Cancerian, was my Rumble House T-shirt. And it was totally random. It's just that we started Gorilla House in July. I obsess about my birthday in July. I never actually celebrated a birthday my entire life until we opened Gorilla House. We happened to open it on my birthday, and it was a great excuse to get people to come in and buy cake. So I've been manipulatively using my birthday to draw people, and that was last week, people into the gallery for the last 12 years. Up until this point, I'd never celebrated a birthday. I had no experience with it. But this is my July Rumble House shirt. But since it's our last July, I waited till the end of the month. All month I've been waiting to do this, to make T-shirts for the Rumble House, live art, Rumble House last summer. And these are special. I think in the future years, people are like, oh, you got a Rumble House last summer T-shirt?
Right.
Because you were there. You were living.
Yeah. And I like, yeah, so there's the crab one, and then this is Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc last summer. It's also- What's that?
How much are the
Well, they're on an honor system. So if you want one, come find a size and pay what you need to. Does that make sense? Or which color do you like?
Here,
I like that red one.
This is a big
Yeah.
one, though.
Here.
Are you okay with this is a big one.
Extra large or large?
It's like
here, you can, he can.
It's
Okay.
large, but
All the sizes are always-
bigger.
All the sizes are always
I'm
a
sorry.
bit different.
No worries.
You're like a size bigger kind of.
Yes, there's a blue one.
I think this blue one's slightly smaller than the big red one. But Rumble House last summer, I think these are going to be epic.
Check out that pink one also.
Yes.
one's a nice one.
Yeah, I really like that one also.
So Sean
That's a
bid
large. That's an American Apparel, I think, too. That's a good quality shirt.
30 on, on both of these pieces. So
I need-
15
I have
each.
this one.
What's your
Now I feel like I need to rumble this last summer T-shirt.
$30.
So,
Got my I Love Rue shirt, but it's
Um,
the I
you're
Love
good with
Rue part
Visa
came
debit?
off.
Yeah, we
you
have
can
the
do Visa
machine.
debit or transfer, e-transfer, whatever.
Yeah, we have the
Okay.
machine around the side. Just let me know before you have to
The
leave.
easiest thing is e-transfer first now, if that's cool for you.
Yep.
Or, yeah, cool. And again, it's on the honor system, so just whenever you're. This one I really like because it's long sleeves. So I might keep this one, but
You see it? Like,
it's too
feel
big
it?
for you. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I
Oh,
just
you wanna
want to
touch
feel it.
Okay.
From here, it looked like it could be two different fabrics, and I wasn't sure which.
Oh, is it the kind you like? Let's get some of the shirts you like and print some stuff on.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Because I'm starting to deconstruct these screens as well. So it's goodbye forever to these screens.
Lena brought some pieces in. So this is by Lena.
Lean on me
Which way?
when you're not strong. Am I holding it right side up?
What's your opening bid, Lena?
I tried to do 10 for each, and I don't want any of the money. Well, I'll go back to Rumble.
That's very
And
kind of you.
I always paint and then paint over what I do, and I never finish pieces. So with those ones, I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna enjoy doing it, and I don't care how it looks in the end. And I had a great time making those. So.
Was there something under here though?
Maybe.
Looks like there is.
Yeah. It looks like you were
I think it was like an unfinished piece somebody left.
Yeah.
At my partner's house.
so this is what I was gonna say is when I saw this, it didn't look like a piece from scratch. It didn't look like an unfinished piece. You started explaining that sometimes you don't finish things. And I felt like the narrative here is under this is something that not necessarily something you wanted to forget, but under this is something you've moved forward from. That's I picked this up. I'm like, oh, I see. You've moved forward.
I
And
honestly was just like, pretty colors. This is fun to make. I wish it had a really deep meaning. I am working on a clown painting that is a little more meaningful. I won't bring in when it's done, but
yeah,
these ones are just fun. I don't know, something nice to look at in your bathroom. I thought there would be good bathroom art.
well, I was going to bid on this as a memento, but then you said the
I'm
money's
sorry.
going to the gallery, and so can I bid the $10? It would be worth $10 to me, that bid, if I could keep this one. This is
Of
like,
course.
and we're starting to put stuff into our storage.
Yeah,
We can't put it all up in home, but it'll be a very nice memento. And then if anybody outbids me, they get a karate chop to the face.
Dad,
What?
This is also by Lena.
and there was
Karate
the string
chops
was
aren't
just
the
to
thing.
carry them all.
I
here.
know. I was trying to subtly
It's all
take it
good.
off, but I was like, I didn't want to wreck it either, so I'll cut it off.
Yeah,
Karate
you can
chops
cut
aren't
it. It's
real,
dollar
guys.
store
I
street.
can.
Okay, can we do this
Right?
though? Can we say your mom bid 20 for this?
Yeah.
Okay. $20 going once, $20 going twice, $20 going 3 times, and you have 10 minutes to
10 minutes.
bid against that one. I will say Scott said he liked that one, so we should just tell him that that would be fair.
Yeah.
Where's yours?
Here. Mine or yours?
Yeah, because I'm not sure if he put a bid on it or if he recommended that he wanted.
So this is by Lena, $10 as well. I like the whirl fingerprint. And this is also by Lena, $10 opening. I like that they're all very different in their styles. Like you said, just fun. Like you can sense that you just wanted to paint.
Have funsies.
Have funsies. So text 403-629-7424 if you would like to bid.
Or just run all the way here through the smoke and
Please do. So just as a rewinder, this is opening at $50 and all the money's going to Theo. If anyone missed this one.
Here's a cute one. Because we were watching a movie and I painted this lady with a bare butt-ish. Not completely bare, but getting there. And then sometimes I feel like I don't want to paint a painting that might be perceived as exploitive. So I decided to put it on a bottle of wine with a glass so that it's the bottling company you would blame and not me. Which is, you didn't know?
You know what I thought was you're looking through, but you're right, the label. But
It's
I was
the
almost
painting of a label of an imaginary label of a wine company that would be brash enough to put an almost bare butt on their wine bottle, and that was me. Well, kind of like what you said. I was just having fun.
What's your opening for this?
$5.
$5. I was going to show you in the title.
And I really like this frame. I don't know about the painting, but we went to Value Village, and that's going to be my new hobby. I think is tracking down tiny frames from Value Village. It's quite fun, and that's where I found my prison. When they take your mug shot. But I really like these frames, and kind of letting the frames tell stories too. So this was, I think it was the same movie, and again, it was the same situation where I was just painting human figures, and then this lady got covered in tattoos and kind of a bit of a dress. Leanne Anderson, $5 for the wine bottle. Love you. Jesse was teasing me this week that I
Where's your
talk too
phone?
much. What?
Where's your phone?
What's the tattoo at?
I don't think it has a bid yet. Oh, $5.
I'll
Opening
bid
bid.
10.
Thank you. Because it was a $6 frame.
I love that one. I put it on my story. I didn't know even know.
This one here, do you want to hold it?
I really like how
Small?
confident
I
she
love
is.
it. Yeah, me too.
I really like
It's such a joy to be able to work
I
on
really
small
love this one.
paintings. I paint tigers sometimes. I don't know why, but I like them. And I
Kind of
use.
looks like what are they called? Probably not saying this right, but it's spelled like neon. I see them in like video games and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Lion.
No, it is an N.
Okay. Appreciate nude woman $10.
Here, I'll just-
I don't know. I need help with that. But this is one. So I've been painting lions and tigers lately, I have been using the motif of lions and tigers in defense of the artists I know that are in favor of AI artwork. And the reason I say that is because I've never been in a tiger cage, but I have painted tigers. And so when I started having this discussion about AI, I've been sort of dropping back to we all need reference from somewhere. AI is wrecking my life right now. But
Okay.
did you have a comment?
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the like lions and tigers that we paint kind of remind me of William Blake's work.
Oh,
thank
I
you for
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
See, and we have the William Blake illustrated Dante's Inferno. So this is like, it's all coming together.
Because this whole thing is a dream.
It's like we've tapped too much into.
And you are the only one that's real. The rest of us are plants to keep you believing the dream is real.
There
So-
are no consequences.
So Scott
I'm not an NPC, I promise.
And I am
Scott-
talking to you.
Scott bid $10. Leanne, Scott bid $10 on this one, just to let you know. Scott bid $10. That's really funny.
Hey, Leanne, is Keith with you? Keith?
That looks like a very emoji.
That's my wink.
It's a very
Uh,
emoji.
This is my subtle wink.
Leanne
Ready?
bid 15.
This is my shuttle wink.
Leanne
Oh, the
bid
amazing double wink.
Leanne bid 15. Thank you, Leanne.
Wow. Double wing.
So is this done?
Well,
$20, Debbie's mom, Jesse's mom, Debbie, going once, twice, 3 times. Sold!
Yay!
so
Do I have my
Cole-
chicken? Do I have my chicken here? Do I have my chicken here?
chicken. Do you want to come up and talk about this one, Cole?
Yeah, sure.
And then we can show you other ones too. But I wanted to show. Sorry.
Just want to see if it's on there. So this pendant, it's a little bit more of an intricate design that I've recently done. The stones used are petersite. That's the one in the middle.
wow.
Petersite's pretty cool. It's like a mixture of tiger's eye and hawk's eye, but this one clearly got a little bit more hawk's eye in it. And then yeah, there's a little garnet set at the top there. But yeah, I'm gonna open the bidding for this one at $100.
Yeah, look at the intricate wrapping. And
That's actually the way to go to, right? To
Yeah.
bring in one piece and set the price at the right price. Because sometimes when you bring in like 5 pieces and the opening bid is fair, it just gets spread out.
Oh
And we're sitting here dying for your work. Like
yeah,
we want you to be cherished.
Oh,
and I
it's
think to be a
like
little
a
bit like
storm. Yeah. This is
So if you
really
want
good.
this-
Such a
tonight,
pretty stone. It's one of
you're
my
going to
favorites.
have to fight for it.
Beautiful. So that's
You're
$100.
gonna have fight for your right to own this.
So $100
Stop.
opening, and then
Oh yeah, and then all these little guys.
Oh, you did bring in a bunch.
Yeah, I did.
you didn't mean as a negative. You just meant like
I'm
it's
gonna
nice
just
to
plug
fo-
my no, but I think starting
No.
at the bid at a higher part is
Yeah.
good for these because
These ones are just little, once again, made from an upcycled necklace that I found at a thrift store.
you're a natural holding that in front of the camera.
I'm looking at the screen as I do it.
I know.
And then there's this guy.
To say in front of
Oh,
Jesse.
These ones are double-sided. This one's a little bit smaller of a stone, and they look pretty. I'm gonna open the bids for these ones at. I can't get it at a good angle there. 15 for these two
And also, do you see that wall right there?
each.
There's a cork wall
Wow.
right here under the live art.
Oh yeah,
Do you want to do a show?
yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think so.
I'd be down with doing
And then
that.
just set prices and then make them $69 and thanks. Is that for which one?
Scott,
Oh yeah.
And then this last one here is larvacite, which is also known as Norwegian labradorite,
Oh,
also double-sided.
wait.
Whoa.
This one, I'm gonna start the bids at $20.
cool.
Do you mind if I ask where you source your stones?
I used to work at a little bead store down on 17th Avenue. And I just like bought a bunch of beads, and I've been kind of making stuff
Slightly
up as
funny
I
if you
go.
said
The
I'm
bead
not
store kind of near
Yeah, it's called Beetles.
Did you work with Carly? Because that's where we met Carly. Zach that came in, we met through Carly at Beatles, but she might have been there before you.
Yeah, I don't think I ever met Carly.
And then we go to that other rock store, the Gem store on 17th Avenue.
Oh yeah,
On the
Gems, that's
regular.
where I get a lot of stuff there too. For like
And
the
I keep
nicer
telling
ones.
people I'm not superstitious, but I pick a different stone to put in my pocket to keep me safe every day at school. And if I forget my stone and something goes wrong, I'm like, damn, I sure brought my stone. And then after I've had a stone in my pocket for like 3 or 4 traumatic events,
Oh yeah,
I find a way to give it to somebody so it's got a fresh energy for them.
Heck
Okay, we got some bids.
Bids.
So Kelly bid 15 on the second necklace. So would that be the smaller?
Yeah, the smaller one.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put it aside. Kelly.
You must have an IQ of like 3,000 to keep track of this stuff, Jesse. You're so smart.
Dad,
Yeah, bud.
could I have $20?
What do you want to bid on one?
Yeah,
Pick one.
the last one.
The last one, come look at it.
Leanne bid 20 on that one, but you can bid 25 if you want.
Which one do you like?
The larva kite, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. How much is that?
That one's 20, but someone bid 20.
Yeah, Leanne bid 20.
Oh.
But
Just
it's
show her
okay.
the sad face.
Do you want
I
to bid
can't, I can't do that.
Okay. What
You-
about the other one, though? What about this one, Felix?
Yeah, that one's only 15. It's pretty cool.
Do you like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bid 15 on that.
Hmm.
Go hold it up to the camera and say that you're bidding and do the sad ass so nobody bids against you. You gotta hold it really
Okay,
still.
Leanne said that you can have that one for 20 and she'll take the other one for 15.
Okay.
Is that okay, Felix?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hold
Leanne.
it up to the
Ooh, and there was one more thing. These little guys. I'm doing them as little packages for $6 each.
Yeah. They work great on lighters.
Oh yeah, the stickers.
Yeah,
Heck yeah, heck yeah. You put one on the lighter.
I did. Yeah, it's my favorite lighter. I don't even smoke. But,
Sorry,
yeah.
I said that wrong. I
In
don't.
like that.
the
So yeah, I got
thing,
these little
Thank you.
bundles. It's like there's a pin of
Where's
just
your
like an old
stone?
drawing that I did. Then it comes with these two
You can hold on to it
stickers.
until you get outbid.
These two stickers, and the opening bids for these are $6 for the whole thing. And then there's also this one, comes with this pin, same stickers.
There you go. Yeah.
Nah. That's an old painting I did back in like 2012.
There's a lot happening.
Quick, start sending Jesse cat photos. We were watching a Ava Gardner film, Bawani Junction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this is not necessarily a painting of Ava Gardner, but it's not necessarily not a painting of Ava Gardner. But it is a tiny painting of maybe people. Can I just pass it around? People that might have been in that movie.
Okay, so
Did I get a bid on my tiger? Are you guys crazy? This is the best painting I've ever done, and I've sold some shit for a lot of money. Sorry, that was a bit aggressive.
Sometimes you got a strong arm.
okay. Okay, so Scott, can you show the 3 ladies? Scott has it at 69.
Wait, I think Scott's bidding on the lady in tattoos.
3 no, Scott
Oh, yeah.
K bid on the lady. No,
Oh, okay,
Scott
okay,
K bid on the wine lady, and Scott B bid on the.
Okay, so
That
this one, Scott B, bid on. He asked for it last week for 69, so that's actually fair because I wasn't sure if he was just sort of suggesting that was a thing he'd do or if he actually put a bid down. So that's actually fair.
Joanne just bid 25 on the $20 necklace.
There's two. Okay, who has the $20 necklace?
Felix had the $20 necklace.
Necklace.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
No, you did great. Joanne, just to confirm, is this the one you wanted?
So she said 25 on the $20 necklace. And
I got stuff on my head.
Kelly got the $15. And Sean bid $10 for button and stickers. Is there
Nice.
different stickers?
There's 2
or
buttons
they-
and stickers.
Okay.
These are 2 buttons and a. Oh, okay. There's actually okay. The buttons are the stickers are the same, but there's 2 different buttons.
Okay,
Am I
so
correct about that?
Yeah.
Sean,
All right,
which
so I'm
one
going to
would you like?
indicate 2 buttons. And you pick the one you like the best.
Color or black and white? Perfect.
And you can let us know. Boy, I really like both of those.
I wish I still had that painting. I gave it to my buddy as a gift as a housewarming party.
Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that too. There's about probably 15 paintings I sold over the last 12 years out of 2,500 that I'll spend the rest of my life trying to track down. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find them in a dumpster.
Yeah.
This piece was left to us by our friend. We bought him a wheelchair.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was sweet was we gave him $500 to buy a new wheelchair, and he ended up getting his
Nice.
wheelchair fixed.
Sean's gonna take both of them for 15.
Nice, that simplifies. I painted something tonight.
Sorry. But
I wonder if I can turn
Are you
this
okay?
to blue. Will that work? Oh, look at that. The possibilities are endless. Okay, that's blue. Does this give me? Oh, it does. That simplifies. I'm always pulling out my black light. This painting was, what was the theme, Jesse?
The man.
the man.
This is not about the man.
What about? I left school as soon as I could.
This is not about
Neil
I left
Gaiman.
school as soon as I
I
could.
wrote and I wrote and I wrote. No.
This is not I wrote and I wrote and I wrote.
The lightsaber.
This is not the lightsaber.
Masculine energy.
This is masculine energy. So this was a painting.
That looks. Wow! I just looked up. That was crazy.
Yeah. This is a painting of being, let's say, a 15-year-old young man, deciding what it means to be a man, deciding whether you want to be the male archetype, deciding how to fit into those situations, how to. This is a teenage angst, but specifically, I don't want to say it. How did you say it again? Masculine energy.
Masculine energy.
I want to call it more like masculine sensitivity.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
nice. I like that.
Because that's something that I've struggled with my whole life. And when I was 17, my mom taught me the basics of the Myers-Briggs. I can tell you your Myers-Briggs from 100 feet away. And mine turned out to be an ENFP. Felix's is also an ENFP. Jessica changes by the minute. But
What am I then?
okay, you'll have to help me a bit, only because I know you specifically in this place,
Yeah.
and your energy would be totally different
I
here.
do change.
I would
place.
say in this space, you seem a little bit shy, so I might be inclined to call you an introvert. But it's possible you're an extrovert when you're not here. But from my interactions with you, is it fair to say you're introverted?
I mean, from like the test result, it is that, yeah.
Okay, here's a simple version of it. If you had a choice of being in a room this size with 100 people for a month, or in a room this size by yourself for a month, which would you pick?
Ooh, the people.
You know, you might be partly extroverted.
I feel like I'm an ambivert.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So, and I would have said I had a hard time picking whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. My first guess would be that you're intuitive rather than sensing. But like if you had a Lego set, do you throw out the instructions or do you like to follow the instructions?
I love my Lego instructions.
You love it. And then do you like cooking? Do you like to use your recipes?
Yeah.
You
I
often
don't follow
you often
recipes.
don't speak out
I
loud
season with my heart.
unless you know the answer, right? You don't like looking foolish. So you're E/I/S. You're an F for sure, 1,000%, and I think you're a P, ESFP.
I'm INFP, so you pretty much got it.
Yeah, INFP. All right.
That's awesome.
But the reason this resonated with me so hard was I was 17, and my mom's giving me this test, and I was just like, "And how does this work?" It's basically like this. Imagine like Subway. They're like, "Do you like mustard? Yes or no?" Well, then go in this lineup. Do you like chicken or ham? Well, go in this lineup. Do you like lettuce or cheese? You're like, I'll go in this lineup. And then you get to the front of the line. They give you exactly the sandwich you want. Well, because you chose the right path to get there, right? So when I was 17, I was spending 25 hours a week wrestling. Half of that was at school and half of that was at the city club. And I also played football. And I hated football, but I really dedicated myself to football. And I hated wrestling less than I hated football, but I hated both sports. And I spent all my time working on these sports. I eventually quit football in exchange for cross country, which was awkward because my football friends would throw the football at me when we were doing warm-ups, and they'd tack me full out with their equipment on while I was warming up with the cross country runners. But But I was a little puzzled why I was drawn to football and wrestling when I hated hurting people. I was scared. I was more scared of beating somebody in wrestling than losing. I had like a winning streak that lasted like long enough that I was terrified if I ever got pinned. I didn't think I'd survive. Like I grew up coach wrestling for 15 years, and I was in the staff room one day talking about some of my glitches, and I mentioned I hate being touched by people. And they're like, "Aren't you a wrestling coach?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird." And then about a day later, it occurred to me the reason I was good at wrestling is I hate being touched, right? So
Get them off as soon as you
get
can.
out, get out, get out! Sorry.
No, it's perfect. Yeah.
But in my Myers-Briggs test, when I read the results for the first time, I remember feeling like I'd spent my whole life.
We're ENFPs.
You and I spent my whole life feeling like I was an outsider, and then to read this write-up that explained my behavior so well was just like so awe-inspiring that it felt like creepy that somebody had been following me around, but it felt so good to be affirmed and be recognized as real. And then at the same time, it said in the third paragraph down, male adolescent ENFPs have a tendency to overcompensate for what would normally be considered feminine qualities by becoming overly aggressive, overly argumentative, and joining contact aggressive sports like football and wrestling. And I was like, whoa, what just happened here? So anyways, this is my painting of a 15-year-old Rich Taylor wrestling with his femininity or with his masculine sensitivity. I like that too.
Yeah, I like that.
Now back to our regular broadcast.
That was really beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. I think there needs to be more teachers like you too. Because to have you in the classroom with those boys too, that are all
Right.
oh, he's so
So
cute.
can I also tell you this? Regardless of your politics, whether you tend towards conservatism or liberalism, if you're Canadian and you're liberal or conservative, or if you're American and you're Republican and Democrat, a man like Donald Trump, with the way he speaks about women and people
For
with disabilities,
yeah.
and anybody that sits outside of the norm,
Mhm.
for I think is it 12 years since he arrived? Like how long ago did he show up? That was probably in the
Maybe,
lifespan
yeah,
of
like
300 years ago.
10 years.
it was very difficult trying to explain to a 17-year-old boy what it meant to be a gentleman in the days of Trump. And if Trump comes back, well, he's lingering.
Never really left.
Yeah, but like when the American president is talking
Yeah.
about shoving his fingers into people,
Yeah.
it makes it very difficult to talk to young people about being
Upright,
sensitive
like,
and
gentle.
respectful.
Mhm.
And regardless of your politics, I don't think that kind of talk is
Never okay.
makes my job easier,
yeah, yeah.
Didn't he also say he wanted to leave NATO?
right?
He said lots of
But I'm saying
Yeah,
outside of the
yeah.
politics, outside of
That's
the
just,
politics.
yeah.
Generally here at the Rumble House, we don't have a lot of debates about Donald Trump. There's kind of a consensus. You're welcome to. We did have one guy that came in wearing a MAGA hat, and he just smiled at me the whole night. And then I walked over. I think he finally said, "Are you not going to ask me to remove my hat?" And I was like, "You can wear that hat here. You can do whatever you want here. I'm not going to make friends in that hat, but you can do what you need to do, man." And he stopped wearing the hat.
He did get the reaction he wanted. That's like all that behavior does is
Totally.
like just to aggravate. It's
totally.
rage bait.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
And
I
then
need to give him cute feet that kind of stick out.
and there's
I
two
love that,
cycling
yeah.
communities. Did you ever notice that? Because I noticed you're on the paths quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a community of like, here, let me get out of your way. And then there's like, this is my bike path. I will fight anyone.
We're not that.
I just like to race some people with e-bikes. I want to beat your battery. I don't want to beat you. I want to beat the battery.
Battery. I love that. So this is by Tanner. It is $40 opening. That's
Is
good.
that jarring to you?
No, that's good.
It looks like fault.
Hey,
We
so
made
these-
she's like, did you notice she's beautiful? So there's this
Ow.
like pressure to be perfect all the time when you're Jessica Taylor, and I'm helping
I dropped
cure her
belts.
of this slowly.
There's no pressure. It's just happening.
Yeah, but we're restarting the Rumble House as the Isle of Ruin. It's going to be more of a puppet show broadcast, and I've got her doing all these crazy things. And just like we're inspiring the new characters and what's going to happen. We just started.
Dead Kevin.
Well, Beyond Dead Kevin, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Dead Kevin.
We also came up with the
Lost Hero
Heroes in
10.
Spain.
Lost Hero 10. And,
Kangaroos.
Taylor's in space, basically.
So
We've got like NASA, like what family has 3 NASA suits kicking around? And so we're like, oh, we got NASA suits, motorcycle helmets. Let's start shooting the Taylor's in space. And at like the first 2 takes, she's kind of like putting on the affectation of what if I was a cute space mom? And I was like, no, just be yourself. And it's so hard to try and act like yourself and still act. But then we shot it, and she's immaculately perfect, being silly, sitting at our kitchen table, green screening a space
How do
travel.
we green screen if there's no
With green screen, we have
You'll see
fabric.
when we get home. And but I was just pointing out to her,
How
like,
did you do the thing in front of you?
We're diverting.
it's a mini vacuum cleaner, and I'm just moving it around
No.
He photoshopped it.
in layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
He did many layers of
Yeah,
magic.
it's pretty interesting. Like we also put ourselves on the. You remember like those updates for COVID where Jason Kenny was it Kenny? Yeah, Jason Kenny would
Like,
leave
I
you
don't
waiting for like 20 minutes, and then come out to the podium and talk about the updates for COVID. Do you remember those? We screenshotted
Podium.
the podium, and I built layers in Photoshop that I could put the podium in front of us and the flags behind us. And we do little talks where we just kind of rolled out like, hey, there's a little bit of time here before Jason shows up, and this is what we're doing at Rumble House this week, and so it's pretty funny to see. But I'll show you how that process is. It's pretty interesting. It's like building layers of glass and putting the movie.
Why would he wait 20 minutes?
Okay. This is by Tanner, $40 opening.
It's a power move.
The gentleman who did the Guns N' Roses sculpture also did these pieces. And
Let's see.
That
see?
is so cool.
so he actually
These
made
are
a
cool.
point of saying that they're artificial feathers because
Yeah.
he's an Indigenous artist. But he wanted to make sure that people knew that they were artificial feathers because he just the idea of like cruelty to animals and the like that kind of thing. Like he was being authentic in his use of
The imagery
But
and respectful in the use
Yeah.
of material.
yes. Thank you. That was exactly what I was trying to say.
not killing us.
So opening 20.
Well, we had a good
Yeah.
friend of ours that used to make dream catchers came in with like authentic eagle feathers on the dream catcher. And we're just like, dude, like you can sell that, but we can't sell that. Like, well,
Mhm.
we'll go to jail.
because
For selling that.
he's an Indigenous
So
artist, but
we're
it
like
was-
100% of this sale will go to our friend because
Yeah.
we don't sell eagle feathers.
yeah.
And around that time, somebody went to jail in Marda Loop for selling like a goat skull.
Because they were painting them.
Yeah,
The devil loops. We looped back. Yeah.
there's a deer head.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a deer head. So these are by Tana. Opening is $10 each for these. Oh, $20. Sorry.
But if you're a teacher,
$20
you're allowed to
each.
buy-
Off of that website, we're allowed to buy
You
them,
can
but we're not
buy-
allowed to sell them.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
You need a permit to sell a skull.
The actual bone. Yeah.
We, as teachers, for as long as we're teachers, we can buy cadavers too, but we can't sell them. So, one of the few perks of being a teacher is
Dead Kevin could actually
everybody thinks we get summers off, but we actually pay ourselves to get summers off. And it's the only job where you don't work for 2 months a year and you can't collect EI. All the other seasonal workers can. But what we can do is buy
real
cadavers.
bones from Skulls
So
Unlimited.
Dead Kevin could
Pay yourself
literally
on
be
summers.
Dead Kevin.
$20 for the 3-eyed girl with green hair.
Nice.
You, my 3-eyed girl, do you remember when we used to sing sha la 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 la? Stop it. Oh, this is the first Isle of Rupert. It's a 1 of 1. Whenever I make t-shirts, I make a 1 of 1, or
What's
sometimes
the
a 1
last
of
one
3.
you made?
First one. First and only one I made of this.
No,
And
the
it was in
last
her-
thing you made the shirts first.
I made shirts today.
No, but like you made the Isle of Rue shirts, you finished them before you finished that.
You think?
Printed that one.
Were you there when it happened?
Yeah.
Because usually I do these to test.
No.
Was I just using up the extra ink?
Yeah.
So I went balls out and just made T-shirts.
Yeah.
And when I was down, I was like, oh, that's probably why there's only 101. Is I had ink on the screens. I was like, oh, I'll just do a print.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for remembering
I
that.
think I remember saying that actually.
Well, thank you for remembering. It's nice to be listened to. I feel affirmed. I feel real. I'm not being sarcastic. You think I'm being sarcastic? I'm not. I'm thanking you. You're looking at me like I don't know what to say.
I'm like, Dad.
Neither of us are good with our feelings. It's okay. Did this get a bid?
Not meant to see.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
You got this one?
those
Okay,
are
good.
Nina's. Yeah. And
What
that-
else do we
that-
got here?
The one behind this one.
Do we have anybody on live feed?
Okay. And then we're going through this pile. Do we
How
have people
many?
with us? It's 10 o'clock. What do we got?
10 people.
We got 10 people.
So this is by Theo, and 100% of the money from this one is going to Theo to support him this week here. So it's $50 opening. It's on very wonderful watercolor paper and very beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm just going to show these pieces because I think the fires kept the people away. I often will paint a self-portrait when I'm feeling low or if I need to change my mood. I actually think that's probably the biggest reason for painting, and I think it's one of the biggest reasons for painting a self-portrait for sure, is manifesting what you need. So when I gave my TED Talk, I'm not a public speaker. I had to memorize 975 words and had to say it in 7 minutes. The longest thing I'd ever memorized in my life was 10 words, and I cheated. So I did paint myself with courage that I did not possess probably 300 times while I was learning the words to my TEDx talk. But this is a painting of Rich Teru when Rich Teru was feeling defiant. So sometimes when I'm just like, I don't always get to tell people when I'm angry because I have to fix problems here. So sometimes something will be really unfair. I like the Disney motto actually is it might not be your problem, but it's your responsibility. And so whenever something goes wrong, I deal with the problem. But this might have been me saying, stuff it up your nose an hour after I had to deal with the problem. So this is one painting of Rich Teru. I'm just going to show them all because we're taking them down anyways.
We can leave them up to next week.
Nah, I'm just going to,
We just hung
I'd rather
them.
show these. Because well,
They're
if anybody
so
wants to.
nice. They
I
look
like it a
nice.
lot.
They look so nice.
Yeah, and it's funny because I paint paintings of Jess and people buy them, so we don't have any. But she buys the paintings with me, so we got to. But I can't look at these. Like this is a painting of me and Felix. So he was giggling when I was tickling him. This one is the only time I got one of those social media notices to take it down. So of all places, TikTok felt like a dad tickling his son was inappropriate. Did Rich's tiger have a bid? No, it did not, Joanne. And it's the best tiger I ever painted.
What's your opening bid?
$20.
$20 opening bid, Joanne. $20 opening bid. Is very beautiful.
I remember I was outside dealing with a problem most of this night. I came in, I was feeling extra pissy, and I painted this in 15 minutes, another self-portrait. So the Rich Teru self-portrait show. This is also something you could knock someone out with if you had to. You could knock someone out with most of these paintings, but this would kill them if you wanted to. So like this one I like because it's substantial.
Joanne bid $20
On
tiger.
Tiger. It's the best thing I ever painted, Joanne. Thank you. Can I show all these, Jesse?
Okay. No, of course you can show them. People at home can't see them. I just feel bad because it's like some of them are safety screwed into the wall.
All right.
Safety screwed into
Yeah,
the
I
wall.
want
I love that one.
This one is of Oliver
Yeah.
when Oliver was Felix's age. I've repainted it a few times
Do you remember?
because it had a completely different background. Initially, it was a painting of him flipping the bird. Oliver, my son, was so sensitive and sweet back then, he was actually kind of wounded that I painted him flipping the bird because he didn't think he would ever do that. Now he's covered in tattoos and
flips the bird
flips the
whenever
bird at
he
me
can.
every time he sees
Yeah.
him. But what I did was because it took him a while to tell me that he was insecure about the finger, is at one point I painted Han Solo's gun right here.
Blaster gun, yeah.
And I think I painted the second finger in, so it was a 2-finger blaster gun. And then at some point, because he's also British, I flipped it to an inverted peace sign, which was a good compromise. And then one night I wrote a poem on it and repainted the background. But yeah, this one has been
I really love that.
the form of this boy hasn't been touched, but I painted around him and I painted out that hand a few times. But it's funny how like there's 10-year gap between my boys, and I think there's a 10-year gap between these two paintings. And I like to think I'm evolving, but it's interesting how similar they could have come out the same night for sure. Hey,
It's really cool. Little reckless soul. He tries on my shoes and laughs. What a
Oh, yeah.
beautiful poem too.
Mm.
It's really beautiful, Rich, too. This one kind of goes for today. I know.
I hate that one.
I
Keep
know.
showing it.
Well, because it's here. It's on nice paper.
Okay, this is some really nice paper. And we were watching some silly show.
Why
I
do
think
you
it was
hate
about
it?
the Beach Boys.
It's
And
so beachy.
I had this weird like gold ink. And I just started painting people kind of dancing on the
They're
beach.
playing volleyball.
Yeah, you would think this is beach volleyball. I think this is actually Millennium Park volleyball, actually, from on my bike rides.
Oh, nice.
But I haven't thrown it out yet because I like the metallic yellow. I don't know why she keeps showing that, but
And this is
if you like this at all, you could have it for free tonight. It would make my
Icarus.
life better. These two paintings happily give away for free, so I don't have to look at them again.
I didn't know that you felt so strongly.
I say it every week. That was a fun night. I think we tapped out the. I think we've tapped out the effectiveness of.
There are a couple cute sketchbooks by Patty. So she reuses the receipt paper. She works at a store, and instead of throwing it out, she makes little sketchbooks. And yeah, it's really cute. They're $5 each. So
Well,
this
that's
one
a
has
good
a cute
idea.
little charm on it, and then this. They're pretty magical. And the
Gold Beach!
And this one.
Is that a bid on the Gold Beach or just somebody saying Gold Beach?
And this one too. So
Oh, yeah,
there's
because I said it was
two.
free. Free for Gold
There's
Beach.
two
Who's got
sketchbooks, $5 each by
Who's
Patty.
this?
Sorry.
Hey, if you just wrote Gold Beach, send me your name.
Can I take a look at their receipts?
Of course. They're so cool.
Here's a bunch of paintings Rich was going to put in nice frames. Gold Beach to Zach. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, Zach's
Nice.
taking the Gold Beach.
Perfect.
Okay, this
For sure.
is a park that Felix calls the what park?
Gravitrax.
Gravitrax Park. This is me playing with a compass. And then sometimes I want to say protractor, but I'm pretty sure it's a compass. This is that bike path that gets closed down in the winter between Edworthy Park. No, Edworthy Park and
Oh yeah, Edworthy and yeah.
and
it's it's like a bike path that shuts down in the
do you know
winter.
what I'm talking about? It's open in the summer. I go through it in the winter, but I'm naughty. And it's the part where you sit on the bench. And this is Rich sitting at the bridge
That's
by
not really hard.
Edworthy Park. Yes.
How much is that one?
How much would you like to pay for it?
$5.
Thank
Here you go,
you.
$5.
Joanne got both sketchbooks for $15.
This is just outside the window in Hawkwood when we're driving
bid on
home.
them.
This is the fastest memory painting I ever did. Sometimes I look out a window and I just burn the image into my head and then go home and paint it. And here's the funny one though. Okay. I was driving by, I looked out the window, I snapped it. I didn't even look at it. I went home and I painted it. And then I looked at the photo and it was pretty bang on, especially with the knots and the power lines here. But that's just a painting of this is my balcony. I think this one's for me. It's pretty sloppy, pretty loose. We stayed up till like 3 a.m. talking, and then Jess was sleeping, so I was painting this to keep myself quiet. Bob Dylan, crowded room. We're gonna send this to Richard if he's watching. Some tired hippies at. This was Tom Waits and Leonard Cohen in a cafe
And
with
Rich too.
Rich in the back. And did we get a bid on this then?
Yeah,
Oh, that-
Leanne has that for 50.
Perfect.
These are by Sid. There's 3 prints that Sid did. 5 out of 12, 6 out of 12, and 8 out of 12. And they were opening at $20 each. So if anyone's interested in this print, I really like the iguana that kind of comes through when you're.
Does it make you
It's-
wish you were in Tijuana?
It's called Limbic Off the Rails.
It was like a desert rose, but it's a lizard.
Yeah, I know. And I looked at it for so long before I saw that, like the. Can you? Yeah. Do you see
yeah, I see
the
the
lizard after? It's hard to. Sorry.
That's fine.
Good.
This was an orchestra. Do we show this giraffe is cursed?
That's a zebra. It's a
Because It's the
zebra.
most beautiful painting.
It's a zebra.
Yeah. Okay. You say so. Here, can you hold half?
Yes, I will actually.
Cool.
I'll hold it.
This zebra's been here for years. It was brought here by somebody that was trying to raise money for this artist to come to Canada. And we put it in hundreds of auctions.
And shows and
And it just hasn't sold, but it's such a beautiful piece. And we could frame it. I think we should keep this as part of our collection.
maybe it wants to be.
But there
with
are
us.
like the person that made this is so long gone we cannot find it. Like the person that dropped
And
us
our
off
connection people are all
is
gone.
so long gone. We have another pile of paintings that my friend has brought back from another country that wants to try and find somebody to represent them. So that's a project we're going to work on where we bring some paintings in from which place again?
Yeah,
Zambia?
yeah, I think.
Zambia. So we have about 14 paintings from Zambia that we want to find the proper place to show. We didn't want to take advantage,
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah,
but we're going to find a way to represent those paintings so that that money can be sent directly to
do you have the
Zambia.
Waits and Cohen painting?
Who was asking?
Scott Kurt bid $15.
Scott, where you been? I've been waiting for you to buy this painting. I do have. Okay, so Scott, here we go. You listening? This is Rich Taylor, Leonard Cohen, and Tom Waits. And if you make a bid on this, I'm going to throw in Bob Dylan hanging out with his friends in the back room. What movie did we see this in?
The Scorsese one.
The tour, yeah. So these 2 paintings for the price of one. And I've been waiting for somebody to realize these are beautiful paintings, and they just keep going through the auction. Sometimes this is the weirdest thing. Like sometimes, like the work that you're not proud of, just like bam, 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 everybody's fighting over it, and just like, wow, I feel really affirmed, but that wasn't my best work. And then you get these gems, and they just float over everybody's head, and you're like, no, yay. And you just want to be appreciated, right? Is that not the consistent?
But you're right. Sometimes you want to be appreciated for the certain things.
No, it's like when Scott. I knew Scott would like this. I probably painted them for Scott, but he hasn't been here when we put them up.
Yeah.
So you're like, Scott's gonna love this. Where are you, Scott? Crickets.
So this is by Brenda.
Wait, did he make a bid or was just asking?
He
the open
bid
Okay.
$15.
Oh, good, thank you.
So Brenda's goblet is $30 opening, and this is by Zach Cardinal.
I almost knocked that out of your hand.
I was holding it very
Here are
tight.
2 extremes of glass making, and I've been saying about this cardinal piece, it's too good.
$10
Because when you
opening
make
bid.
a handmade piece this good, people won't know that it was handmade. You got to put some flaws in these babies, but it's perfect. It's a perfect glass. It's unbelievable in terms of like understanding how to make a glass. It is, and I've done glass blowing. This is so far beyond my best work by like 1,000%. Like this is, I'm not really criticizing it when I say it's too perfect, but I do think that the reason that we get to show this is it looks so much like a regular glass that you wouldn't even really, it's just crazy perfect.
Beautiful.
And Brenda's is,
It's like it has a lot of character, and it's like
Yeah.
It's like
I hope I'm representing
it's
both
like
these pieces.
perfect in its own way because it's like really mad character.
Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
Too perfect. And that will fit two extremes on the Myers-Briggs scale. That, these S people, sensing people, would appreciate this. The N people, intuitive people, would appreciate this.
That's
The
right.
J people definitely would perceive it. The perceiving people would like this. The extroverts would like this. The introverts would like this. The feeling people would like this. And the thinking people would like this. These are the two extremes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right. And this is my dad. He's an ISTGA, and I'm an ENFP. And if you've ever done the Myers test and thought, "Oh, that's a bunch of crap," one of the Myers-Briggs types has a tendency to say this test is a load of crap. So that urge to say that it's a load of crap probably means you're an ISFJ.
That's me.
Do you think Myers-Briggs is a load of crap?
I'm agnostic.
Oh.
That's a good response.
Nice. That's what I got.
How are you, like, right on an extreme, or are you kind of near the middle?
I did it a while ago. I can.
I'm so far extreme extroverted. I have no introverted qualities. I had to learn some introverted qualities, and then I'm so far intuitive. I have no sensing qualities, and then I guess thinking and feeling, I'm a bit of a mix, but primarily feeling. And then I have no J qualities and only P qualities. So if you're like an extreme to one end or the other end, it's very, very useful test. If you're kind of well-rounded, or like chameleon lady here,
Chameleon.
she can be anybody on it.
Like depends on where I am. I have to like fit in and not like.
But she,
Scott upped his bid to 25 for the weights and Cohen.
right, good, as it should be. Thank you, Scott. I've been waiting for you to pick up those pieces at any price.
Okay.
Scott, the one that bought my piece, gave us like 100 midway tickets for the merry-go-round at Chinook Center. Same company, because his brother worked at the Conklin. And I just remember he knew us better than we knew him. He came in and he just handed me these tickets whilst I had a 3-year-old. And it was just the best thing. What no one knew was both Robin and Oliver jonesed after that ride so hard. And I didn't have $2 back then. So $2 was like 200 to me when Robin was born. And $2 was like 20 to me when Oliver was born. And then when I got a lifetime supply of free tickets to that merry-go-round, I was so incredibly conflicted because my older kids, they're all 10 years apart, got no time on. Maybe I would put Robin on the ride, but it'd be like I sold a leg or something.
We only have one kidney left.
Well, they weren't my kidneys, but I still got the money.
When you're a teacher, you can just buy them.
You're in detention. I used to teach this media class, and part of it was script writing. And anytime a kid was stuck, I just give them a script. And generally, the basic script I would give somebody to write if they wanted to get started is, okay, here's the starting point.
Yeah.
The alarm clock rings. I know a lot of movies start with the alarm clock ringing, and it's kind of a cliche, but the alarm clock rings. Get out of bed.
Lay down if
You
want.
go through the process of letting the audience know that screw everything up all the time. You're going to miss the bus and be late for school. When you get to school, you're going to get a detention from the teacher for something. It's a substitute teacher's in for a few weeks. When nobody's looking, her head splits open and a little robot looks outside and then the head closes. You've got a detention with this substitute teacher where you know she has a robot monster in her head and you've already been pegged as a liar. Go. Right? And so they would write these incredible movie ideas based on this kind of, obviously the scenario everyone can relate to. I don't know why. But I probably gave that idea to 100 students and watched them turn them into 100 different miracle movie pieces based on like, you just got a detention and no one's listening, but your teacher's a monster. So.
Okay. I think we're good.
Are you going to sing us a song?
I can.
Can you sing us a song about singing us a song?
I'm gonna sing you a song.
Okay, you sing us. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
No, I think I tried that one time. You can do it.
I don't sing. Sing a song.
I don't know that.
Sing out happy.
Sing it.
Yeah, you know.
That's all I know.
Try it.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over the town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Trade 'em for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, you must have showers. So when you hear it thundering, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me.
I do have to.
Doopy.
Exactly. One day I'll just break out the scat. Okay, thank you everyone so much. And if you need your pieces, we will definitely get all of your pieces for you. And if you are at home, we will make sure I have all of your pieces put together, and we'll get in contact with you and be sending out monies and confirmations to everybody soon. So thank you everybody so much. And yes, and if you want to, here, my dear, this one is, do you want to leave it here or are you going to take it home?
That one there.
Yeah.
I'll take it over.
Yeah, and then yeah, if you want to come next week. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. So I'm going to hit end on the live stream. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.